Already starting to find that rhythm. 3 or 4 seconds on your inhale. 3 or 4 seconds on the exhale. Smoothing the breath out. Using this focus on the breath as a way to quite quickly drop into the short practice this morning. As always, feel free to take a break whenever you need to, modify as much as you wish, and take any stronger variations that you'd like to use. And bring the hands into prayer in front of the heart. And take a moment to consider 3 things that you're grateful for today, in this moment, whatever comes to mind. Silently repeat those 3 things. Feel and experience the gratitude for those things. We'll take an inhale together. And send out that gratitude with your exhale. Release the hands down. Reach your left hand high and come into a side stretch to the right. Left palm down. Soften the shoulder and take 2 breaths here. Use the breath to expand into the waist and the ribs. On your next inhale, float up and over to the other side. Left hand down, right hand up and over. The elbow lifts up. 2 breaths here. On your next inhale, gently float up and move into a twist to your right. The right hand comes behind, left hand crosses. Use your inhale to lift you up, and the exhale draws the right shoulder open for 2 breaths. On your next inhale, come back to center and straight over to the other side. Left hand behind, right hand crosses. Then use the breath, create space with the inhale and soften into the twist with the exhale. 1 more breath here. Inhale, come back to center and interlace the fingers behind the back. Squeeze of the shoulder blades together. Draw your elbows behind you as much as you can. Then push your knuckles down towards the mat. Lift the chest and lift the chin up towards the ceiling. So we're finding an upper back bend, but without letting the bottom ribs stick out too much. 2 breaths. On your next inhale, sit up, release, and come to all 4s. The fingers spread wide. Jenny, you might want to be up on your knuckles. On your inhale, move through to cow pose. And as you do that, tuck the toes under. Draw the heart through. Exhale, round, cat pose. Push the tops of the feet down. 2 more like that. Inhaling to cow, tucking the toes. Exhale to round, belly draws in, push the tops of the feet down. Once more, inhale, look up, lengthen. Exhale, tops of the feet down, rounding into cat. Come back to your neutral spine. Tuck your toes and push back to down dog. Lift the hips up and back. On your inhale, reach the right leg high, three-legged dog. Now kick out through that heel and really work the left heel towards the mat. Get straight into the back of that left leg. On your exhale, slowly lower the right leg down. On your inhale, the right leg lifts. Exhale, lowers the leg down. Inhale, leg lifts. Three-legged dog. Kick out through that heel. This time, bend the hip, the knee, and open the hip. Keep pushing into both hands. Sink the chest down. On your inhale, kick out through the right foot and release the right leg down. Pause in your down dog. You should feel quite a bit more open in that left leg now. And we'll switch sides. The right heel pushes down and the left leg lifts. Three-legged dog. Push equally into your hands. You can do this on all fours if that works better for you. Exhale, release the left foot down with control. Inhale, lifts the leg up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, reach up. This time, bending the left knee and open the hip. Drop the left shoulder down. One more breath here. Inhale, extend through the left heel. Square off the hips and release to down dog. Notice how the backs of the legs feel. On your next inhale, come forward to a high plank. Modify with the knees down if you need to. On your next exhale, lower down onto your belly. Point the toes, hug the elbows in. Inhale for a baby cobra, lift the chest and the hands. Exhale to lower. Inhale, lift up. Exhale to lower. Once more, inhale, lift up. Legs are strong. Exhale to lower. Gently push back to a child's pose. Big toes touch. Take the knees towards the edges of the mat and let the forehead rest. And deepen the breath. Forearms down, shoulders relaxed. Two more deep breaths. Follow each breath. Gently come back to all fours. Tuck the toes and push back to downward facing dog. Once more, inhale, curling forward to a high plank. Modify as you need to. Use your exhale to lower down, elbows into the sides. Inhaling for cobra. If the back's okay with it, push into the hands and come up a little bit higher, but draw your heart through. Exhale, push straight back to down dog. Through the knees or through plank. Lift the hips up and back. On your next exhale, look forward, bend the knees a little bit, and step the feet to the hands at the top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale to fold. Take ragdoll, hands onto opposite elbows. Let the head hang. And then find that sway from side to side. Feel the feet on the floor. That strong foundation. And a little rock backwards and forwards. Now give the head a shake, yes and no. Release the hands down, bring your left hand in front of your face. We're going to twist to the right. So the left knee bends, the right leg straightens. Reach the right hand high. Left hand down, right hand high. Push your sit bones out. Think about lengthening the left side waist. 2 more breaths here. On your next exhale, release the top hand down and simply switch sides. Right hand down, right knee bends, twisting, reaching the left hand high. Relax the shoulders. 2 more breaths. On your next exhale, drop the left hand down. Inhale to a halfway lift. Hands on the shins, long spine. Bend the knees any amount. That little squeeze of the shoulder blades together. And then exhale to fold back in. We're going to step the left foot behind the right. So the outside edge of the left foot is next to the right heel. Inhale for a long spine. Exhale, fold forward again. And we're into this IT band stretch down the left side of the leg. 1 more breath. Use an inhale to step the feet back together and a little halfway lift. Exhale to fold back in. And this time crossing the right foot behind. Adjust your feet as much as you need to. Inhale, lengthens the spine. Exhale, fold over those cross legs. And the head hangs heavy. Take 2 breaths here. Inhale, halfway lift, parallel the feet. Big toes come to touch. We're going to sink the hips down, squeeze the legs together. And rise up into chair pose. Strong legs, lift the chest. Drop the hips down. 3 more breaths here. Again, feel your feet on the mat. That strong foundation, strong legs. The lower belly gently drawing in. And bring the hands into prayer. We're going to come into figure 4. Lift the right knee up. Cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Flexing the foot. Drop the hips down. If you feel wobbly, you can hold on to something or lean against the wall. Keep breathing. From here, on your next inhale, start to stand tall and lift the right knee up with you. We're going to come through warrior 3. So start to straighten your right leg. You might bring your toes down and stay here, or start to level out. Keep a tiny bend in the left knee, so you're not locking the knee joint. 2 more breaths here. If you wobble and fall out, don't worry, just come straight back in. And then we're going to move back into a lunge. So either keep your hands in prayer or immediately release the hands down. Bend the left knee, step back, right foot lands, then release the hands down if they're not there already. Inhale, lengthens the breastbone forward. And then drop the back knee down into a low lunge. Just wiggle the left foot out to the side a bit and bring your left hand inside the left foot. Sink the hips down. Lengthen the spine and breathe here. Gently push back to half splits. The hamstring stretch, hips over the back knee. Flex the front foot. Bend this knee any amount if the hamstring's tight. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, folding forward with the length. So either the hands are on the mat or maybe you use a block. 2 breaths. Breathe into the back of the left leg. On an inhale, bend back into the left knee. Pick up the back knee and pivot round to the right side of your mat for Prasarita. Inhale for a long spine, halfway lift. Exhale to fold forward, let the head go. We're here for 3 breaths. We'll push into the whole of the feet, bend the knees any amount. 2 more breaths. Begin to walk the hands round to the top of the mat. Pivot the feet, step back to a high plank. Take an inhale. Use your exhale to lower. Inhale for cobra or up dog. Exhale, push back to downward facing dog. Inhale, take the left leg high. Exhale, steps the left foot through. Keep the back knee lifted. Step your hands forward to the top of the mat and lift the right leg up. Grounded airplane. Long line from the top of the head out through that back heel. Hold it here for 3 more breaths. So if you want to challenge yourself, you might try bringing your hands into prayer or reaching the fingers behind you. 1 more breath. Releasing into a forward fold. Big toes to touch. Fold over your legs. Let the head go. And sigh out through the mouth. Sink the hips down. Come back into chair pose. Relax the shoulders and the face. Remember what you're grateful for today. Those 3 gratitudes. And a little smile. Bring the hands into prayer. Finding figure 4 on the left side. Lift the left knee up. Flex the foot, cross the ankle over the thigh, then sink the hips down. Keep the chest lifted. Find your foundation through the right foot, through your gaze fixed on one spot, your drishti, and the breath. On your next inhale, start to stand tall, bringing the left knee with you. We'll transition through that warrior 3 for your own variation. Again, root through the right foot, your gaze, and the breath. 2 more breaths here. Start to transition into the lunge, bending the right knee. Bring the hands down if you need to. Step the left foot back. Inhale draws the heart forward. Exhale brings the left knee down, low lunge. Bring your right foot out a little bit, right hand inside the right foot. Again, the option is to use a block or a book or anything you have nearby. And take a couple of breaths here. Bring into those hip flexor muscles. We're slowly transitioning back to half splits. Flexing the front foot, bend the knee any amount. Use an inhale to align the spine, lengthen the spine, and the exhale to fold in. Draw this right hip back. 2 more breaths. On your inhale, you bend back into the right knee. Lift the back knee. Pivot to the left side of your mat for Prasarita. Option this time to interlace the fingers behind the back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lift the knuckles up towards the ceiling. And then allow the hands to come overhead. If this doesn't work for your shoulders, just bring the hands back down. 3 breaths again. And gently bring the hands down if they're not there. Pivot to the top of the mat. Step back to your high plank. Inhale to prepare. Everything is strong. Exhale, you lower. Inhale for your back bend. Cobra or up dog. Strong legs. Push into the tops of the feet. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. On your inhale, reach the right leg high. 3-legged dog. Exhale, steps the right foot through. Inhale, draws the heart forward. Coming into that grounded airplane, step the hands forward. Float the left leg up. Stay here for 3 breaths or play with bringing the hands into prayer or any arm variations. 1 more full breath. Releasing into a forward fold, feet hip width. Let the head go. 3 rounds of lion's breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, stick out your tongue. 2 more, inhale. Last one, inhale nose. Exhale mouth. And now bring your feet to the edges of your mat. We're going to come into a squat. So either feet flat, hips sink down, or you might use a little block as a stool. Or you can just come down onto your bum. But feel your feet on the mat. Feel nice length through the spine, tailbone to the top of the head. Remember your gratitudes. The press of the palms as a reminder, that symbol of thanks. 1 more breath here. And then we're very gently going to come down onto our bums. Plant the feet, bend the knees. Engage the core, reach the hands forwards. And we're going to curl with some control down onto the mat. So that control is coming from your core. Shoulders and the head come down. 2 breaths here. Feel grounded, supported. And then take your arms out into a T shape or cactus arms. Bring the knees in and we'll take a twist, dropping your knees to the right. I need to bump my hips a little to the left. Knees fall to the right. And you can bring your right hand to the outside of the left thigh or the belly, or just keep the arm extended. Maybe the head turns to the left. The whole body softens and the breath deepens. Two more big breaths here. And when you're ready, the knees come back to center. A little squeeze into the chest. And we'll switch sides, so bumping the hips to the right, dropping your knees to the left, making your adjustments, placing the left hand where it feels comfortable, natural. Let the head fall to the right. Let the body settle. And take 3 deep cleansing breaths, big expansive inhales. Complete exhale, squeezing the belly in. 2 more like that. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And a long exhale. And bring the knees back to center, this time curling into a ball. Hugging the knees in, rounding up, bringing your forehead to meet your knees. I'm grateful for myself and the time I take to do this practice. And then release into Shavasana. Extend the legs long, feet to the edges of the mat. Arms by your sides with the palms face up. Take an inhale through the nose and then flutter out through the lips. The whole body is heavy into the mat. No holding, no effort. Allow the breath to settle back into its natural rhythm. Let the heartbeat drop. And allow the mind to disconnect for a couple of minutes. And then gently begin to reconnect to the breath. Deepening the breath, finding some small movements through the fingers and the toes, the wrists and the ankles. A big stretch, reach the hands overhead, point the toes, clench everything, squeeze it all in, and then release. Bring the knees into the chest, and come onto one side or the other. Settling on your side just for a moment. Final release, letting go of anything that's not going to serve you today. Anything that's holding physically, mentally, or emotionally. Keep the eyes closed, come up to a comfortable seat. Hands in prayer in front of the heart. Press of the palms together to remember those three things that you're grateful for. Sometimes that three things might turn into 5 or 10 or 15, but acknowledge those things. Draw the thumbs to the third eye. Bow the head to the heart to seal the practice. Namaste. Thank you. Finish the recording.